So here we are again, another story of ambition, desperation, and complete recklessness colliding on a highway. Meet Harjinder Singh, a man who supposedly went to America chasing the big dream. But instead of living the dream, he turned an entire highway into a nightmare. Unfloored as turnpike, Harjinder thought it was a brilliant idea to make a U-turn. Not at some safe spot, not at a designated exit. Nope, right in the middle of the highway. Like the rules didn't apply to him. And the result, 3 innocent lives wiped out in a split second. Families broken, futures stolen. All because one man didn't think twice before twisting his steering wheel. And here's the best part, Harjinder himself walked away without a scratch. Of course, right? It's always the reckless one who survives, while the innocent pay the price. Those 3 people weren't just numbers on a police report. They were someone's children, someone's parents, someone's partners, people with birthdays ahead of them, plans waiting on the calendar, promises they had made to their families. Now, all of that is gone. Do you know what remains? Grief, empty chairs at dinner tables, and the kind of silence that never really leaves a household after such a loss. Now, when the case went to court, what did we learn? That this guy didn't just make a mistake on the road. He had no business being on the road in the first place. Entered the United States illegally, somehow managed to get a truck license. And when tested again, he barely knew basic English and couldn't even recognize most road signs. Imagine that, a truck driver who can't identify road signs. Would you trust him with your life on a highway? Because 3 people didn't get that choice. And yet, here comes the sympathy brigade. Petitions, hashtags, emotional appeals. He's only 28. Don't ruin his life, really? What about the people whose lives were ruined? What about the kids who lost their parents? The spouses who will never see their loved ones again? Funny how sympathy always flows toward the one behind bars, and not the ones lying in graves. Now let's talk about justice. If convicted, Harjinder could face up to 45 years in prison, which means if he survives, he could one day walk free. He could still breathe fresh air, still grow old, still have a chance to live. But the victims, they don't get 45 years. They don't get another minute. Their lives were ended on the spot. That's the truth people don't want to say out loud. And this is why pointing out such cases is important. Because society has a short memory. Because we get swayed by emotional appeals, dramatic petitions, and sentimental slogans. But the truth is, every reckless driver who gets away with a mistake is a ticking time bomb for the next family on the road. If we don't call this out, if we don't demand accountability, then we're basically saying that lives are disposable as long as someone has a sob story to hide behind. Let's be real, this isn't about one man making a small mistake. This is about negligence, about systems failing, and about the arrogance of thinking rules are optional. If you're behind the wheel of a truck, you're not just driving cargo, you're carrying lives in your hands. And Harjinder carried them straight into tragedy. So yes, while some might light candles for him, let's not forget who the real victims are: the 3 people who died because of one man's shortcut. His American dream became their worst nightmare. And if you're watching this thinking it's just one isolated case, wake up. This is what happens when broken systems, poor accountability, and reckless ambition mix together. The road becomes a battlefield, and innocent people pay the price. This is Truth and Travel, where we remind you dreams are fine, but when your dream puts others in the coffin, don't expect applause. Harjinder Singh might one day walk free, but the people he killed will never come back, and that's why truth will always stand with the victims.